Okay, let's talk about The Substance. This film had its premiere at Cannes Film Festival last week. This is the next film from Coralie Fargeat, French writer-director behind Revenge, which I've heard so many great things about Revenge, and I've been wanting to watch that one for some bit, so I'll definitely try and get caught up on it before the release of The Substance, which is supposed to be around September. Could this film premiere at Fantastic Fest? It's teetering on maybe not, depending on the release date. But this is the latest film from Fargeat, which stars Demi Moore, as well as Margaret Qualley and Dennis Quaid. And basically what you follow here is an actress named Elizabeth Sparkle, and we see as they are pretty much the top crown, and then they're at the lower down after years, because of course you know how the industry works. The older you get, the more they push your side, especially for women. That's what happens. And we see that they take on this new role of this aerobics television show they're hosting, but then the producer, who is played by Dennis Quaid, said, you know what, we need somebody different, so we're gonna get you out of here. We then see as Elizabeth does undergo a mysterious cloning process, and we have a new doppelganger for Elizabeth named Sue, who is played by Margaret Qualley, who emerges from her spine, and it's almost like a chick hatching from an egg, according to the people that saw it. They say that it's very much so leaning in Cronenberg's style of body horror. And what happens is that both of them can't be conscious at the same time. They have to make sure they're doing a weeks at a time and swapping places, and you know, that's what you gotta do, because things will go bad if they don't, and I'm pretty sure things are gonna go bad soon, right? So what we see is that Sue then eventually takes Elizabeth's old job and rises to stardom now, and we see as Sue just stays in their apartment, and we see as Elizabeth just stays in their apartment, and you know, it's good. It's all rainbows, sunshine. It's gonna be good, right? No, it turns into an insane, twisted movie, apparently with a lot of fun and things that are going to make you squirm because of things that are done to the human flesh. And they said anyone with a fear of needles should avoid The Substance at all costs. So I'm definitely going to be squirming in that seat, right? So they said that there's a lot of style in here, and apparently a lot of people really enjoyed this movie. They said it was very insane. It was something fresh and new. A lot of people were saying that it wasn't really all that. It does have a pretty lengthy runtime at 2 hours and 20 minutes. So I'm curious how they use that for sure. But they are saying that the last 15 minutes are either going to be magnificent to you, or you're just going to be feeling like that was a extra 15 minutes we didn't need in the film. But they are saying it could definitely become a cult classic. Now, this is going to be distributed by Movie, and Movie does always get a pretty good a range of movies that they release a year. I'm excited to see what this one's going to be. Like I said, Coralie Fargeat's film Revenge has gotten a lot of praise, and that's one that I have yet to see, and I definitely do want to get on it pretty soon, because I've been hearing so many great things about it. And, you know, I'm very interested in seeing as well how this film will be marketed, because I think that this is definitely one of those films that's going to have a very interesting story, because I think that this is one of those films you have to know how to market it right. Demi Moore is a very big name. I feel a lot of people do recognize the name, the face, and all of that. So I think that you already got a little bit of a lead right there, especially considering we haven't seen much of Demi Moore lately. Margaret Qualley, I feel, works on the internet to sell that movie for sure, and I think the niche cult following that Revenge has is another factor in there. So I'm curious to see how they're going to market this as a wider release, or does it try to be a sort of culty type film as well, because you know, you could have it both ways. But from the sounds of it, I think that this is definitely one of those films that you have to know what you're getting into, right? Especially considering the fact that people say about Revenge that it's very much so a film they don't really know if they recommend to everybody, right? So we'll see how this one is, if it's a little bit more universally appealing and can be sold off as this big horror type movie or thriller. I think that we definitely could be seeing that. I think that it has some steam, also winning some awards at Cannes, and I think that that's definitely the right push. It's more of an internet type film you want to push than like a commercial type movie, you know? So we'll see what happens with it, but just the amount of reactions to it, both people saying that it's horrible, people saying that it's amazing. I really do like that it's so polarizing. I haven't seen nobody feel in between about it at all. It's either they really loved it or they really hated it. So it became one of my most anticipated for that factor. I mean, ever since I saw the first picture of it released, with that person just standing over the other one with the spine like cut and all that, I was just immediately drawn to see what this film was going to be. Once it premiered, got its reaction, all of that, I was interested more. And so we're here waiting for this movie to release later in the fall and see where it holds, right? It's being described as a very Cronenberg horror with some commentary as well, which some people say works and some people say falls flat. And, we'll just see what happens. No expectations, nothing from me. I'm excited. I am very, very much so ready for this one. But let me know what you think about The Substance, which is going to be released later this year with a movie starring Demi Moore, Margaret Qualley, Dennis Quaid, Hugo Diego Garcia, directed by Coralie Fargeat. Pretty lengthy runtime, 2 hours and 20 minutes. I'm curious because I really was thinking this movie would be shorter, so that gets me interested. And also people saying that the last 15-20 minutes are either going to piss you off or you're just going to be like instant classic. That's what I like to hear. I like to hear things like that. I hate when people agree on everything and it makes me think that it's just playing it safe. So this one's definitely going somewhere where some people just didn't like it, and I'm excited to see. But as always, that's going to do it for me. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on The Substance. If you're excited for this movie, if not, tell me why in the comments down below. And also make sure you check out our other video on Cannes today, which is about Anora winning the Palme d'Or, as well as our other video where we talk about the box office, because that seems to be the hot topic of 2024. Box office, box office, box office. We talk about Furiosa, what led to the disappointing numbers, all of that, and where the future holds. But as always, that's going to do it for me. Make sure you follow us on our social medias. We're on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, also our website, www.culturelixir.com, for more on all the things we can't report sometimes on the channel. And I'll see all of you next time. Stay safe, stay positive.